On the ground with the money, losing direction. That's why I gotta get it. All this pain got me stressing. I was drumming tone, that's why I gotta get it. You bitch, you know the song, the whole feeling chipping.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy DK Nice, and we're back here again, finally on another video for you guys. And today what I got for you guys is how we're going to identify coverages. And really quickly, how we're going to just format this. We're going to first go versus man. And I'm going to try and mix it up. We're going to go, in nickel. I'll explain it then. Just depending on the... It's not going to look any different because of the coverage that it is. Cover 3, cover 4, man. But first we're going to go versus man. And some of the man cover 1s that we see, whether it's in Big Dime 146 or whether it's out of, like, Storm Brave at a 3-4 odd. So we'll go over that at the same time that we go through man. And maybe it's just going to be jump cutting, that's all. It's just going to be a little bit jump cutting. Then we'll go over, basic cover 3. That's very simple and easy. Then cover 2 and cover 4, as well as some of the more popular blitzes or like just the more popular setups, so you guys can kind of tell what the heck is coming at you, right? But yeah, so, and really quickly too, this week has been crazy, so please forgive your boy. Between me being in the OG Network tournament and then I was commentating another tournament with Fourth Quarter Gaming. Shout out to all the guys that over there at OG Network too. J-Dub, Kev, Buffalo K, Digital Champion, Jimmy. Am I missing anybody? Am I missing anybody? I think we're good. I think we're good there. But shout out to those guys as well for running that tournament. That was a super dope, super cool tournament. Yeah, and then just the Kobe news, it really hurt everybody, man. It really hurt everybody. But we got to get back into the swing of things. And as well as I was also working on a project too at work, and I just, finally looked back at my email, saw that it was, super helpful, and the boy did a good job. So I was happy about that, man. Definitely happy about that. But without any further ado, let's quickly hop into this. First we're gonna go versus again, man. We're gonna go versus man, and I'll show you guys what's up. All right, now I'm just warning you guys. This might be a little bit longer of a video. I'm gonna try and keep it, as short as possible for you guys. But like I said, first we're going versus man. So we can tell that this is cover 2 man again by the way that the safeties align. You always want to look how the safeties align first, just so you can see what it is that's going on. We could tell that this is nickel though, because, and this comes down to recognizing personnel. We could tell that this guy right here, Vernon Hargreaves, he's a lot smaller than the other 2 guys at linebacker. We know that there's 4 down linemen. So we know that this has to be some sort of nickel, big nickel. We know that because this is a corner, that this is, some sort of regular nickel, 245, nickel normal. We know it's, I would say I can recognize that it's nickel normal because of the way that the linemen are aligning, because I know that they could pinch pretty evenly, or they could spread out and do what they want. But you could also tell that this is man and not cover 2 because of the way that the corners are pressed up. So that's very simple, very basic. And yeah, so let's go over cover 1 really quickly. Alright, so this is the cover 1 look, right, that everybody gives. Boom. So that's how this looks, man. Maybe QB could say, maybe they put their outside guys in zones, but that's not what the video is about. But this is how, this is how it looks. So just so you guys know, they're probably gonna end up using this guy. That's how this cover 1's gonna look. Now just be wary. As you could kind of see, one indication of it being cover 1 and 3-4 odd is them using the safety. Once they get to using the safety, you'll kind of know, like, okay. Then you have to recognize once the ball is snapped that are they following me or are they not? If they are not, a cross or a post, unless the user's there, that's probably going to be money. Something to note in particular that this is man is that this guy followed him. That the other corner followed the receiver to this outside. And now I wanted to come out in a more running formation just because this is a setup that people will run versus run. So you see that the corner matched the receiver that's supposed to be even on the other side because of the particular formation he's on this side. So you know that 100% that this is man because he followed him over there. If this wasn't, if this was cover 3, the corner would have stayed on that other side, and maybe the safety would have went over there instead. Because that's the not even really, because that's because where the tight end is supposed to be the strong side of the formation. So if this was cover 3, even boom, yeah. So that safety stays on that side. Oh no, okay. So this is cover 3. He's staying on this side, and that's how that's gonna end up. And you'll see he's probably gonna be backed up and all that. So in cover 1, or at least in this case, you won't be able to tell based off of them being pressed, but you will be able to tell due to the fact that him using the safety and the placement of the other corner, depending upon where he's at. But now let's hop into cover 3. You guys got a glimpse of it, but we're gonna, reset so you guys can kind of see it at, in a different angle. This is cover 3 sky, as you guys can see that this is what it is. But how you're gonna be able to tell is that we have one high safety. You always want to read the safeties first. That'll tell you whether it's cover 3, cover 2, cover 4 first. But then after that, you want to read the corners, where they're standing, where they are. So you guys see that they're backed up now. They're backed up about, ball's on 30, 7 yards. I feel like that's fair. 7 yards that they're backed up. And so you know that this is cover 3. You know that they're not pressed up. This is not man. So this is some sort of zone, but because of where the safety is, this is cover 3. Everywhere else, you could, another indication is where the safety is standing as well, or whoever it is, the other DB, anyways. And boom, he's right there. Oh, that's the slot corner. I forget we're in nickel. And then the other safety standing right there. So again, that's another indication of saying, oh yeah, this is definitely cover 3, 100%. They could disguise it. They could. But again, how you could kind of tell, and this is where the safety would end up, I moved them, is where the corners are standing. You could tell this is cover 3, again, because they're starting 7 yards off the ball, whereas in cover 2, they're standing about 5 yards off the ball. So that's a little hint and note for you guys that they're going to, they'll stand a little bit closer if it's cover 2. This is cover 4, so you guys can see that, boom. But again, how we're going to recognize it is now, again, where they're standing, where the corners are standing, and where the safeties are standing. You could tell that this is cover 4 because, it's even, right? The safeties are standing, about now 12 yards off the ball, and the corners are standing about 7 yards off the ball. The ball's on the 30. The 10 would be where the 20 is. And then, 2 to 3 yards, so 12, 13 yards back, where the corners are standing about 7 to 8 yards back. So that's how you guys are going to be able to tell, oh snap, this is cover 4. Again, if this was cover 2, the safeties would be about 10, the corners would be about 5. So again, I want you guys to note the little differences that are going to be able to, hopefully that turns it on, oh snap, I actually do know what this coverage is. And it's, it's fine. I even fall into a lull sometimes too, where I just decide to not recognize the coverage of what it is. But yeah, and again, you could tell that, just note that this is nickel as well, because you have the lone corner over here. If this was, honestly, and let's go over the other cover 4 too, out of 3-4, because that's another look that you'll get. So might as well show it to you guys. Cover 4 drop show 2, right? That's everybody's favorite defense, right? So again, where are the safeties standing? They're standing about, in this case, 12. About 12. But again, the corners are standing about 7 to 8. No difference here. It's just 3-4 odd. So again, note where the safeties are standing. They're standing about a yard up now because I guess it's 3-4. But the corners are still standing about 7 to 8. They're not about the 5 range. Just so you guys, again, can see the difference. Let's hop back into cover 2. So you guys, basic cover 2. I really want to go through this with you guys so you guys can understand the true difference. Because even for myself, I normally just look at the safeties and I could tell. But again, look, clearly 5 yards off the ball. And you know what? I guess you could say the safeties are about still 12-ish. But it's a little bit more clear when you're looking at the corners. You're like, oh snap! Like they are a little bit more back. I mean, a little bit more up than they're off the screen. Dang it! You could see them before. Now you can't. So yeah. So that's how we're gonna, you know, that's how we identify some of the basic stuff, man. So now we're gonna go into a little bit more advanced stuff. Just maybe some of the blitzes, some of the looks. Actually, nah. We'll save that for another video. This has gotten pretty long and longer than, you know, 11 to 12 minutes. I feel like that's good. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you guys got something out of this. Shout out to me having my stream stuff still up. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this and it helps you guys. And just, you know, keep building on this. Keep building on the basics. Keep building on the basics. Again, go get it by any means. And until next time, guys, peace out.